Okay. So, so, so here we are at the reviewing area, and here are the power suits and the spaceship that we're going to be taking all of these and merging them together to make one robot named Creages.
Very good. Okay.
And as you can see here, if you remembered from part one, we had a new mint and seal box of this power suit, because if you remember from this one, this one had a broken cockpit.
Right.
But now we have a new one here with a non-broken cockpit here.
Right. So this is what GBP1 looks like, and you can tell the difference in the whiteness.
Yes.
So this is just part of the age and stuff like that when it's taken out and played with and stuff like that. The white starts getting more tan and diminished and stuff like that. And it was not uncommon for, that time of the plastic and stuff like that. It's just the way it was.
But this one here is all clear white.
Right, because it's never been out and exposed to the elements until now. So, yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this gun, this part off of the gun. We're going to put this to the side. We're no longer going to use it.
Yes.
Now, let's see here. Okay, the hinge. There's the hinge that you can see right there. And it slides back and forth.
Yep.
And it goes up.
Yep.
And then...
And it's not tight.
So what you would do is open up the flaps right here that are on a pin hinge. And there, from here, you can put in I was going to say transformer. You can put in a Gobot. Now, let's see if Water Walk will fit. And Water Walk will...
Wait. I need to see if the package for this to see if Water Walk could fit in.
Well, he may not.
His name's Water Walk, right?
Yeah, he may not. And that's why it's important to go with...
And Water Walk's name is not on here.
Okay. But if y'all look at this, I put Coptor in there. Now, Coptor is not on the list, but this is what I was saying. With these hinge, you can bring it down. And even though he's not on the list to fit, you could still make him work because of the hinge. Now, if you have Pathfinder, she would fit in there a lot better because she's actually meant for this suit. On the list, Pathfinder.
And Pathfinder's name is on here. Mm-hmm. And she does fit well in the Gobot power suit number 1, which is this one, right, that Coptor is in.
Right, and this is what I was saying about you could do it, you know what I'm saying, It's made for Pathfinder, but with the hinge, you always have this clearance right here, which Copter is not a perfect fit for this suit, but you could still make him work. And then you just arm him up. You're going to put on the little gun. And there you have Gobot power suit.
And you can put either one of the guns that combine together to make one gun onto the other peg here.
Right. So there we have this Gobot power suit with the Gobot in it, who's a renegade, to the side. So now you just got to fill out the rest of these. Let's take Gobot power suit 2 here. I believe I had Water Walk in there. And what you would do is flip out these two. And see, even though Water Walk is not made for this suit, he actually fits pretty perfect in there. So you can go by the list, or you can see what fits. Even though he's not on the list for this power suit, he still fits in there. Okay. So you're going to put him to the side. So now we have 2 of Gobots in there. So now you're going to lift this one up, fold these 2 out, and we're going to put, let's say, I believe his name is Pumper. We're going to put Pumper in there.
And Pumper's name is on the list. And this line here for Gobot Power Suit number 3 is colored green, which means he fits in well.
Right. With 3 or 4.
Well, with 3 or 4, because these 2 are colored in, and also Gobot Power Suit number 2 is colored in, which means he can also fit in to Gobot Power Suit number 2.
Okay. So there we have another one. So now we're going to put this Gobot.
Good night.
I believe that's Good Night. I believe so.
Yes, and his name is on here, and he fits in all 4 of the power suits. Good night, because these lines are colored in, which means he can fit in all of these 4 power suits here. But we chose number 3 here.
Right. So there we have all the Gobots and Renegades in the power suits, because like I said, Grungy is the same way, just like Courageous. So we have all the Gobots and Renegades in the power suits.
The Guardians and the Renegades.
What did I say?
You said Gobots and Renegades instead of Guardians and Renegades.
Thank you. Okay, moving on. So, okay, we're going to put these to the side. So, we have the Renegades and the Guardians in the power suits.
And there's one more Gobot that we did brought out, and he is in this spaceship.
Yeah.
And his name is Psykill, and I'm looking through the list to see if he's on here.
Psykill, I don't know.
He is not.
Psykill is not, believe it or not.
Yes, so Psykill's name is not on here.
Okay, now we have these we're going to put to the side. Okay, so now we come to him. So for him, we're going to do the same. We're going to pull these off very carefully. Just like so. And we're going to do it back here. Just like so. Now, with these feet, these are actually going to be the feet.
Yes.
On the back side, like I said in part 1, you hear that rattling? It's because there's a compartment right here on the back side. And look what I pulled out.
These are the combined mode hands here, and these hands do have some articulation to them, and that is the fingers can open and close, and all the fingers are all molded together.
Yeah.
Which means his fingers can all move in one hinge joint here.
Right, because it's molded all into one. He does not have individual finger articulation.
Yes.
And his thumb does not move either. It is just there casted in plastic. So the only articulation that you'll have is that right there.
Yes.
Which at the time in the 1980s was unique. So Colton's going to take out the other fist. And there's the fist. So we're going to take these, put them to the side along with these. So now we're heading on there. We're heading to it. Now, there's Creagus. Now, what you're going to do, and if you can see, I don't know how well you can see, but Psykill's in there. I will, oh, you can see him.
Yes.
You sure can.
Inside this window is Psykill.
Yep.
There.
Now, okay, to get him transformed, remember what I said about the wheels. These wheels right here. You're going to flip them in. Just like that. Now, as far as the wings, you want to be very careful with these wings. Because some of them are, like this one here is, it flexes. But you want to be careful not to flex it too much or force it too much. And kind of support it going up.
Right.
Just like so. And if you wanted to know, these wings can bend down. But there again, you have to be very careful.
Yes.
And this one right here can raise up carefully, like so. Then these raise up, and now you're coming to this type of contraption right here. Now, with these legs, over time, there is a gear in here. You hear it? There is a plastic gear that goes to each tooth. This one here is a little bit more tougher, so I have to be very careful of how and give it the best support I can to get it to go down. This one still is pretty much free. That's the sound that you want to hear, not the big clunking chunk sound that you heard.
From this leg.
Right, and if you hear that, that means that you need to give that support, because it's either it's not worn enough or it's getting ready to snap. So you want to be very careful with that. So with that said, this is the setup you have now.
Yeah.
Now if you look right here, you have a groove. And down here at the bottom, you have like a mushroom peg. Which was different in the 1980s, because that was something that was just way different than what we've seen before. Now, these little guns right here, we're going to take two of them off, because if you've seen earlier in the last video, this will make one gun. But we have to separate them and pull them off, so this way we can get the one gun formed. Now, on the back side, you have the spring.
On these two here, that might have pulled out.
And right now, I am got to put that back in there. There we go. So, you're going to take both of these. You're going to line this mushroom peg up with this part right here.
And make sure that you're keeping this part
Down.
slid down, so you can slide in these hips here.
Into the legs. So we're going to do the next one a little bit slower, because I think it has a little bit more give. Now, we're not finished yet, because this has to go on to the bottom right here in this rail.
Right. And those will form the feet.
Right. Let's see how well this will come out. You get it?
Yes.
And it pulls up in there. And I don't think that's all the way. Yeah, it is. Okay. That's one leg done.
Yes.
So now, if I turn it around, let's see how well this will come out. Okay, can they see that?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to take this mushroom peg right there, that slot, and it's going to go in to right there. And I'm just going to push it back.
And as you push it all the way back, these things here that were slid down will slide back up.
Right, because they are spring loaded. And then we're going to put this foot in.
And here we have his combined mode legs all done.
Right. His combined mode legs all done. And as you can see, he's getting to be a pretty tall Gobot. Which was very different in the day compared to, like I said, this guy right here was tall, and he was just like, okay. So now we only have 2 left. Now these 2 are going to be his arms, but there's something I want to tell y'all to let y'all know, because it's a common thing once this power suits gets mage on them. This back here, where you see that screw, it starts getting wobbly. That's because the plastic is no longer as strong as it used to be, of going in and out of the joints, connection joints. That is a common problem, so you want to be very careful when you start coming across that, where this one here should not move, and it doesn't, does it?
No.
Because
This is not moving.
right.
Because it's brand new.
Right.
But that one there
So be careful, don't move it as much.
is really wobbly.
And that's where you have to be careful once these Gobot power suits start getting some age on them. Because all this is plastic. Now, this is brand new, so I'm not worried about it going anywhere. This one here, I had to be careful how I put it in there. When you come to the side right here, you're going to notice slots up top.
These on both sides, and these is where you would slide in the last 2 power suits into to make his arms.
Now, with this, you have to be careful. You see the slot down here? That's where this fist goes into. Over time, this plastic will warp some. So you have to be very careful when you go to push it in on the power suit. Some of them go right in there. This one here is not that big of a deal, but it's very hard coming out, trying to get it to come out. So all I did was take the fist. Okay, it's not this one, it's the other one. I got them mixed up. This mushroom peg of the fist is going to go right in there. This right here is a little plastic stop. It's like it keeps stress on the plastic to keep it from moving. So
Okay.
it pushes right in there. Then from there, you're going to take this and you're going to go straight into the slot, like so.
Just like that.
And that forms one arm. Now, have you noticed something? If this was brand new, it would be out to here because the plastic wouldn't be worn. But since it's worn, you can see the drop in it. That's common. This one here, when I go to put this Gobot power suit on, it should not drop at all because the plastic is still in good shape. Now,
Yeah.
even there, you heard how hard that was just for me to get that fist in there?
And that snapped in really well compared to the other one.
So we're going to do the same on this side. we're going to take this power suit and we're going to put it right in that joint. And we are going to go up and in like so. And there was no give at all. In this one, there is no hang down like this side is.
And there we have creages, but he does need his combined mode gun, which my dad is doing here.
So all you're doing is putting this gun back together to make one big gun out of all the power suits. Then you're going to take this part and drop it down
to make the handle.
And me being left-handed like I am, I got to put it in his other hand.
And does he have a hole in the inside of his hands?
I don't think so. Let's see. I don't know. I don't think that was incorporated at the time. That was not part of... Let's see. Okay. No. Nope.
Okay. So he just grips it on without a tab in the hole from the palm of the hands.
Yep.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. Let's see here.
Okay. And there we have creatures in robot mode. And okay.
In robot mode now. Colton, let me go ahead and get your thoughts while I do this right quick. Tell me what you think about him. This is what we had in the 1980s, and if you ask your uncle, he was with me when I bought him at a place called K&B Toys. And yes, and I remember I had to cut grass to get it.
Okay.
Because I wanted it, and this was a part of my past, believe it or not. So it's
I think it's pretty good from what it is for today and back when it came out. But also from what I've noticed from the limbs for the Gobot combiners, just like with Puzzler, they're not interchangeable limbs. Like for example, now for the Transformers combiners, you can swap out the limbs. Like if you want to have a robot turn into an arm, he can, or if you want it to be a leg, it can be a leg. but with this, you can't do that.
Well, wait, let me back up. You could. Because all you gotta do is pull this arm off, put the fist on the other one, and put this over here, this over here. It's just swapping.
Well, that you can put you can't have
Yes.
this arm onto
Yes. You're
the
correct.
leg.
You're correct. You're correct. I got you. Yes, you are right. And there's one more thing that I forgot to show off, and we need to do it right quick while I'm thinking about it. And you're right. You're right. This can no way, shape, or form become this part. These parts are molded. These two are meant to be feet, legs.
Yes.
These two are meant to be arms only.
Just like with the Gobots puzzler
Yes.
we reviewed.
Yes. Yes, and I forgot to mention this, y'all, and here we are. This sits up on a tab in order to come down, and it comes down all the way, and you can put a GoBot in here, which I have Psykill in there. If he'll stand up. Well, he'll lean. He'll lean.
Yes. So you can untap the chest and bring it down and store a little GoBot inside here, like you can see here that there's Psykill inside the GoBot creages here.
Yep. So that's what you could do with Psykill. He's not on any of the schematic that says where he fits. So
Yes.
when you come across that, what do? Okay, well, if they can't fit in a power suit, or there's no power suit for him to fit in, you put him in the chest of Courageous. So this way they have somewhere to be. Yep. And then you're going to take this, you pull it right up, and it clips in this little clip right here. Right underneath his head there is a clip. And you'll just kind of flex it up some, and it'll clip in place.
Now, does that tab break off too easily?
I have never known that tab to break, not to say it can't.
Because I just saw it's plastic, right?
Yes.
Not metal.
Yes, it's plastic.
So it might have broken on a lot of people.
It could have. Over time, there's nothing stating that it cannot break. You know, this right here could get worn out. I could see that happening.
Yeah.
You know, but when you're a kid, you don't think about that stuff. You know, it's just it's your imagination and play. You know. So that is Courageous. Here's what I was saying.
And for the